Good evening. Thank you all so very much. Thank you, Chris, for your kind words. I want to thank Mrs. Ethel Kennedy in absentia, to Kerry, to the entire Kennedy family, and to everyone at Robert F. Kennedy Human Rights. Thank you for this honor. It means more than you can ever know. Even more, however, I thank you for keeping the legacy and spirit of Senator Kennedy alive so that it may educate and inspire future generations, just as he inspired my generation to learn from one another, to seek common ground, and to serve our communities. With all that our nation is faced with, and with all that we see in the news on a daily basis, we are reminded constantly of how much we need to hear those lessons anew. I've often wondered what Senator Kennedy would say of our current national situation and how we got to where we are. What a conversation that would be. I imagine Robert Kennedy would be pursuing the same forward-looking vision he forged in life, a vision so evident in some of the words that were part of the video we just watched. Those words came from a speech he gave as Attorney General, not one of his more famous speeches, just one of the many he made in his public life. They are remarks he made to the Association of University Professors at the University of South Carolina in April of 1963. He was reflecting upon the need for the nation to take a serious look at the issues of racial injustice and inequality of economic opportunity. He said in full, and I'll quote him, the way to deal with these problems is not to turn back the clock, not to dream of another era, not to substitute one injustice for another, but rather to treat these problems for what they are, a logical outgrowth of long-term inequities and of dramatic change, and to deal with them in the context of today's world. In New Jersey, 55 years after he spoke these words, we still face inequalities and injustices, and these words still have meaning. To me, they mean putting our focus on ensuring equality of opportunity for an education, for affordable health care, for a livable wage. They mean wearing our great diversity, whether it be racial or gender, ethnic, religious, cultural, or whatever, as a badge of honor, and welcoming everyone who wishes to help us write our future story. They mean protecting the right to vote and expanding access to the ballot. They mean finally recognizing the shortcomings of a criminal justice system that created the nation's widest white-black disparity in incarceration and taking action to erase it. They mean understanding our role in protecting our environment and taking concrete steps to combat global climate change. And most importantly, they mean those of us in public office not acting in our own personal, political, or electoral interests, but acting in the best interests of future generations. The cause of justice demands no less. The cause of justice demands no less. It is a cause Robert Kennedy took up and moved forward. And with his example as our guide, we can move it forward for those who will follow after us. Put differently, to ensure the next chapter we write moves us toward that elusive, more perfect union, we must show we have learned from an imperfect past. It is an incredible honor to share tonight with fellow honorees who have taken similar lessons from Senator Kennedy's legacy. David Zasloff, Bruce Broussard, and of course my former boss, President Barack Obama. Yeah. Who I had the privilege to represent as the United States Ambassador in the Federal Republic of Germany, a nation which, by the way, still reveres the Kennedy name. Senator Kennedy's lessons live on. His words still inspire. His example still leads. His name still unites. Let us all be grateful for these things, and let us all strive to ensure they continue to do so. Thank you again so much for this honor. God bless you all and us all, and may God continue to bless the United States of America.